All right, guys. Well, everything was good. So yes, we're back again. This is a video I'm doing for you guys on kite. I just want to review some questions. Okay. So, kite. We already. I hope you watched the first video I sent to the page. Okay. So kites. Okay. Basically, what I want to do is that, assuming that I have a kite. Okay. This is a kite. Okay, let me make it a little bit nicer. So maybe something like this, and then this is the smaller part, and this is it. This is a diagonal, and this is another diagonal. And then the name of the kite is W, X, Y, and Z. Okay? Now, my idea is that they've given me that the measure of the angle at W, X, Y is equal to 150 degrees. Okay? And then the measure of the angle at V, Y, and Z, this is a Y, is equal to 50. Okay? And then they want me to find the following. Number one, they want me to find V, Z, and Y. Okay? This is what they want me to find. Now, the first thing you have to do in this particular question, okay, the first thing you have to do is put the angles over here. Now, the whole of this angle over here, they said is what? Because they said W, X, and Y, right? This is my Y. And this Y looks weird. So, they want the angle at this place and that place, and this is the angle. So these two lines are the line forming the angle, and this is equal to what? 150. Bingo. Okay? And then they also said that they want V. Where is my V? So look for V. Okay, V is the middle over here. So V, so I'm going V, this line to Y, okay, to Z. What is the two lines? This from V, Y to Z. What are these two lines? So these two lines, the angle here is this angle. So the angle at Y. So you see only this part. Okay? V, Y, and Z. And what is that angle? It is 50. Okay? Oh man. It is 50. Okay? So now, if this is 50, what will be the angle over here? Because they want the angle at V, see, V, Z, and Y. They want this angle. What will be this angle? We don't know. That's what we want to find. However, according to the first video, if you watch carefully, I told you already that if the two lines, these two diagonals, bisect each other, okay, they form a perpendicular. So the angle over here is 90. And this is a circle. So if this is already 90 and this is 50, the rest of the distance here will be what? 40. Because this is already 90. So the answer over here will be 50 plus what will give us 90, because this is already 90. So we are left with 90. So 50 plus what will give us 90. So so I'm doing something like 50 plus, let's say the angle over here is A. We don't know, the one we don't know is equal to a 90. So A will be equal to 90 minus 50. Okay? And that's 40. You understand? So 40. So the angle over here is 40. So we now say the answer to the question is 40. That's what they want us to do, basically. You get that? Is pretty easy. Okay? It's not a lot of work for us to find out. Now, our second question says, what does it want us to find? Okay? Now they want us to find, now how do we find the second question? We want to find the measure of the angle at VXW. Okay? How do we find this thing? Now, watch this carefully. We have W, X, and Y, but they want V, X, and W. See that? V, X, W. From here to here to here. The angle forming here, let's say this is B. Okay? So I want only this part. The whole place is 104, right? If the whole place is 104 and I want only this part, what do I have to do? Now, I already told you that this is a 90 and this is also a 90. So it means that the angle over here is the same as the angle over here. Now, if you already know this, notice this carefully. If this is a 90, right, this side of the angle is the same as this. So I'm saying that if you look at this, this is 50, right? This is also facing the 90 line, this line that is perpendicular to 90. So this is also will be 50. And this, if this is 50, then we also know that this is 40. So if this is 40, I just subtract 40 from, if the whole place is 150, right? All I have to do is that I subtract 40 from 150, and that will give me what? So the angle at, the measure of the angle at V, X, and W is equal to what? 150 minus 40, and that will give me 110. So that is the answer. So this is equal to 110. That looks pretty confusing, but watch. I'm saying that this line over here is facing this one. This is also facing this one, right? And we already said this is 40, okay? So if this is 40, watch, this is the hypotenuse of this triangle, right? And this is the hypotenuse of this triangle. This angle over here is the opposite. So this is also facing the same side. So these are similar triangles. So if you bring the top one down, it will fall exactly on this. So it means that the angle over here is also 50. Okay, so if this angle is also 50, then this will also be 40. The one here is also equal to the one here. Now the whole thing is 150. Therefore, we are saying that the answer is 110, which is this. Okay, basically that's it. Now, so this is okay for kite. Now let's do something different, which is on let's do something on trapezoid. Okay, so I clean this nicely. Okay. All right, so let's do something on kite, okay? Trapezoid. So I have a trapezoid are pretty straightforward. So now let's do an example on trapezoid, because you'll be taking a package that you have to answer some of the questions. Assuming that I have a trapezoid like this, and then they gave me this is 90, okay? What will be the angle here? I told you that the adjacent distance add up to what? 180. So it means this is 90, this is also 90. What if this is 100? Okay, then this will be 80. That's the whole idea. So that's the first example of finding an angle. Now let's see something different. Now, I already talked about isosceles trapezoid, right? We talked about isosceles trapezoid, and it looks like this. So I have something like this, and this is this, and this is that. And I said the length here is equal to the length here. This is the base. Now, if you find the diagonal of an isosceles trapezoid, imagine I said this trapezoid is called A, B, C, and D. Okay, C and D, right? So the length from here, A to C, okay? See the length from here, A to C, is equal to 15. Then the axis, what will be B to D? So if this from here is this, what will be this? What do we have to do? It's also 15. I told you in the first video that if this is an isosceles trapezoid, the legs are equal, then the diagonals have the same length. So AC is equal to, so from here to here is the same as from here to here. That's pretty okay. Now, another thing you have to know about trapezoids, okay, which is the last thing we are doing on the video. I want to keep the video short for you guys, okay? So, oh man, let me clean this thing this time. So, the last thing we want to do on trapezoid, okay, assuming that I have a trapezoid, okay, this is my trapezoid. it's not an isosceles trapezoid, it's just a normal trapezoid, and I want to find the median of this trapezoid. Now, the base over here is 10, and the base over here is 20, and I want to find the median. Okay, all you have to do is add this and that, the base. So 10 plus, so the median. So imagine this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D, and this is E and F. Okay, E and F. So, nope, that's not an F. That's not an F either. This is an F. Bingo. So, EF. Okay. Let me try and clean this. So, you see, EF, okay, will be equal to 10. So I'm saying this. 10 plus 20. You see, 10 plus 20 divided by 2. And that is 30 over 2. And that is 15. See, we're good. So that's basically how to find the median. Okay, assuming that they didn't give us, assuming that this is a different thing altogether, they want us to find the median, but they didn't give us one of the side instead. Assuming that I have this trapezoid here, okay, like this. This doesn't look like a trapezoid. Let me do it this way, okay? Oh no. This, that, okay? And this is the median. They gave us the median to be 15, right? And this is maybe 20. But they didn't tell us what is here, so they said we should find something here. So imagine I said that thing is A. So what I want to know is that they already gave us the median. So you do 15 because plus the first base, okay, 20 plus the first, this base, plus what we don't know, divided by 2. So what do? I multiply this by 2, this by 2. Okay, this will cancel this. So I'm left with 30 is equal to 20 plus A. Okay, then A, so if I do this in 30 minus this 20 will be equal to A. So now this is what? 10 is equal to A. Okay, that's simply how to find the median of a trapezoid. So we talked about 3 things today. We talked about kite. You have to know that the diagonals are 90, and then the trapezoid 2 sides add up to 180, right? And then the diagonals are the same for an isosceles triangle. And then if they want you to find the median, just add the base and divide by 2. All right? Until next week, thank you very much, and I hope you are working on your stuff. And if you have questions, ask Miss Scott and I, okay? Write on our classroom. Okay, get to the classroom and write, okay? Respect.